Hello friends, welcome back to Aaron's Anxiety. I am your host Aaron, your personal guide through anxiety. Wanted to get back into the swing of a little bit less of how my anxiety journey is going. I know I talk about that a lot because it does seem to help a lot of people with what their journey, and they can do a little bit of a comparison, see how things are going, and we can all figure out what works and what doesn't work. And so in the comments, there's a lot of things that people recommend to me or to each other, even outside the Aaron's Anxiety family page. Which brings me to my next point. If you haven't already, go to that page. It's great. There's a lot of wonderful people there that can help out and be a support and a benefit to you. So go ahead and check that out. The Aaron's Anxiety family on Facebook. Check them out. And also, if you haven't already, subscribe and comment. Say hi. Say how it's done. I love to talk to you guys. If you have anything that you want me to talk about, put them in the comments below. I'd love to help. So I do. You guys know I outside of medications and things like that, I always say that I want to be beneficial is no matter what route you're going. Okay, I don't care if you're going medication, if you're going diet and exercise, if you're going reframing. It doesn't matter. Okay, I want to be of a benefit to you, and then you can take what I do, and if you find it helpful, wonderful, and if you don't, throw it out. Okay, throw it out with yesterday's garbage. So. But I do want to get back into some techniques that I've had to reinstill and kind of pull back out of my arsenal since coming off of Lexapro, and life is continuously getting better. Okay, so it's a wonderful thing. But I do have to elicit more of those things, and so I think I'm going to start doing a little series here of just kind of reading, because Aaron's Anxiety has been around for a little while now. Okay, so there's a lot of things that the new subscribers don't know, and techniques and things that are kind of back in the archives, and so I just kind of want to go over those. And now that I'm 2 years into it, I have new perspectives on them, after talking to people and blah blah blah. So we're gonna go these one by one, and also wait to the end because I have some information, and this isn't me clickbaiting you. I have some things I want your thoughts on. So if you just wait for the end, you can let me know. I put it at the end because I know those are my avid subscribers. Okay, there you go. That's what I'm being honest. There's honesty right there. So, I have some things I want to talk about at the end of what you think about an opportunity that's come up for Aaron's Anxiety channel. So let me know. But today I want to talk about avoidance behavior, and if you've seen this already, or if you don't feel like it, you can scroll and try to find where I'm talking about the other thing. But if you're very interested in the healing part of anxiety, avoidance behavior, knowing what it is, knowing how to combat it is going to be very beneficial to you. So let's get into it. Okay, avoidance behavior is literally exactly what it sounds like. It sounds like, I went to the park, I swung on a swing, I fell off the swing, I got boo-boos, and now I don't want to swing on the swing. Okay, and every time the idea of me going back to that swing, I just get all this anxiety and pent up. It's just overwhelming. That swing is overwhelming. Now this may sound a little crazy. It's just a swing, right? To some people, it can be anything. It can be a pencil. It can be a Coca-Cola. It doesn't matter what it is. Having this avoidance behavior, if you start to do it with one thing, there's a very good chance you're going to start connecting those other things, and pretty soon you hear about people that spend all of their life inside, and it's because they've created this whole bubble about avoidance behavior for this and that and the other thing, and I don't want to do this because it can lead to that. Life is an experience. You need to get out there, you need to try it, you need to take risks. Okay, now don't go crazy, don't go do something that I wouldn't do, and certainly don't name it after me. You can name it after me. But anyways, as far as avoidance behavior, we need to recognize when that happens. This is what I've been doing through my anxiety journey continuously. I am very adamant that I don't want this. So, what I mean by that, okay, so I'm going to use myself as an example. My initial trigger was with marijuana. Marijuana, I smoked way too much. I was not ready for it, and I was a beginner / stopper, and I smoked way too much, had a bad experience. So at first, when I first got done, I was thinking, marijuana is El Diablo, I don't want it, I just keep it away from me. No, I don't want it. And it scared me. I mean, there's two different types of scared. There's the scared like I don't want to do that, and then there's the internal fear of when you think about something, your throat just drops into your stomach. And it's like, no, I don't want to do that. That was horrible. I don't want to do that again. That's where I was at with marijuana, and once I learned about avoidance behavior, I had to go back, and I forced myself to re-experience that experience and realize that whatever that particular thing was, it was not the cause of my anxiety. I was the cause of my anxiety. This just may have shown or let out some of this anxiety that had been pent up for so many years. So next time I was at a party, okay, because I don't do marijuana. I feel like you know that when I say I don't do it, you don't feel it. But next time I was at a party, I had one of my friends that does partake, and I told him, hey man, can I just have a couple of these? He's a really nice guy, so he's like, yeah, of course, he's give me whatever I want. And so I was like, yeah, of course, man, here, take them. And I took 2 hits off of, he had one of the little fancy electronic pin things. I took 2 hits off of it, and they were small. Like, it was a, it was just like they were very small hits. But as I did it inside, I didn't, this is nobody else's struggle, this is my struggle. Inside, when I did it, I was just thinking, this is not the problem. This is just a plant. This is a plant that exposed me to something that I wasn't used to. That's it. So you need to diminish the feelings that are associated with that item. So that worked. And since then, I have not had any problems as far as being afraid of marijuana, being afraid to be around marijuana. I'm not. I have nothing against it. I never have, and I never will. For me, marijuana is like, oh, I like Coke, you like Pepsi. I just don't really care for Pepsi. I get it. It's just not something that I really like. You know what I mean? So that's that. So you can apply this to exactly whatever you're doing. Okay. So here's the hard part. Okay. You won't always know what you're avoiding, because some avoidance behavior is going to be subconscious. So the analogy I gave in my original avoidance behavior, which still fits true, is that if you were to have a panic attack, or say you're at a diner, okay, you're at a diner and you're just hanging out, you're drinking a Coca-Cola, you're having a little burger, fries, whatever, you're talking to your friend, and all of a sudden this giant guy comes over and just starts wailing on you, and you don't know what to do. You're kind of disoriented, you go into fight or flight, you're freaking out, a lot of emotions are happening all at one time, and it gets over, and then pretty soon you found yourself in this fight or flight anxiety struggle, where I found the acronym of FEAR, which is false expectations appearing real. It's an acronym of FEAR. And that's exactly what I found in my anxiety journey, is that I'm anticipating something that has no proof of it even happening. And so there's no proof that next time I go to a diner that I'm going to get my butt kicked again. But here's the thing. You could have a random panic attack after this whole situation goes on and go, I don't know where that just came out of nowhere. I don't know what happened. But if you stop, look around, try to be as attentive as you can of that situation. What you might notice is that you were standing next to a Coca-Cola can. And that was the same Coca-Cola can that was there when you got your butt kicked, okay? Because your brain is constantly trying to figure things out. It's trying to figure out, why did this happen? Is there any way I can prevent it from happening again? And so when you go, Coca-Cola can, freak out, somebody's there. That's avoidance behavior at the subconscious level. So that can be a tricky thing to figure out what that is. But I do suggest that if you're having these rando panic attacks that are anxiety attacks, try to be very conscious of what was going on around me. Were some things around me? What was something I was doing around me? Was there a certain smell that was, in the air? There's a lot of things that your brain can subconsciously attach itself to that can exacerbate something like that. So try to figure these things out, okay? And if you have an avoidance behavior, like mine was marijuana, I knew it was straight up what it was, put in the comments below, what was the thing that you found that you were afraid of, that you were avoiding, okay? And then, so just put that in the comments below, because I would love to know, because they're always usually random. They're usually never, usually you can get the ones like, okay, marijuana's pretty spot on the nose. I smoked marijuana, had a bad thing, try to get away from it. Those are pretty spot on. But there's some that are not so easy to figure out. So what was your avoidance behavior for, if you could think back? What was the thing what are you avoiding now? That's the other question. So if you're avoiding something now, we need to get you to not avoid that anymore. You need to re-expose yourself in a very safe way and put very new meaning on what's happening. Okay? So let me know what yours is in the comments down below. I'd love to hear from you, because I do find that stuff really interesting. And then, so bringing me to my next point. Okay, so amongst my travels, have been, I see 2 people every day. Okay, it's a wonderful thing. I love people. I love talking with them, and kind of, picking their brains, figuring out their life, and you meet a lot of really cool people. Okay, I met a guy in Michigan. Okay, I'm right at the Indiana-Michigan line. I met a guy in Michigan who, he collects beer cans. Now, when I say beer cans, he didn't have like 5. He had hundreds of them. Took me down into his basement. He wasn't creepy. It's fine. He took me down into his basement, and wall to wall, through the whole perimeter of his house, wall to wall, was nothing but just shelves of beer cans all the way around. It was amazing. It was like, where? Ooh, this is like a lifetime of beer cans. So, but anyway, so today I met a guy, and come to find out, he has a TikTok, and he is a clinical psychologist, and has been one for a very long time. And he's a super interesting guy. I got to chat with him, kind of pick his brain a little bit. I got work and he's got work. But we're talking about maybe getting together, sitting down. So he's a clinical psychologist. He does a lot of all kinds of different treatments for people. He's been helping people on TV. He's been helping people online, and kind of doing the same thing I do, but with a lot more years at it than I have. So it's really interesting, because he comes from a psychological background, in psychology, and I just kind of come from your Joe Blow. This is what happened. Here's how I've combated it. Here's the things that I found that are good. Here's the things I found that are bad. And so he had made mention to me about maybe sitting down and kind of having a one-on-one, and we can kind of pick his brain a little bit about the differences of how he would respond to treating somebody like me. Say if I came in cold turkey and Aaron's anxiety never happened, what would that be like? Might be pretty interesting to see what he thinks. So if that's something you guys would like to see, put it in the comments below. I think it'd be really cool, really beneficial. He's starting this new nonprofit organization for helping people with psychological and mental health problems. So if you're wondering who he is and you want to go check him out, I wrote his name down for TikTok. So if you're on the TikTok, it's where is it here? The THE, the DR, the doctor, and I'm going to spell this because I didn't quite get it first. Sheehan, which is SHEEHAN. So THEDRSHEEHAN. The Dr. Sheehan. Check him out on TikTok. It's all one word, and you'll see is an older gentleman, awesome guy, a lot of great content. I checked him out after I left, and I was like, wow, he's saying a lot of things that we've been saying on here. So it might be kind of cool to have him in our arsenal. So if it was something you want to see, let me know. It could be really cool. But yeah, if it's not something you want to see, we're just keeping going where we're going. So alrighty, friends, I'm gonna leave this video here. Let me know your guys' thoughts. I don't do anything without consulting you guys first, because I absolutely believe that this is our channel, which is my channel, and I want to give you guys the things that seem interesting. I want to have good content. So help me help you. So alrighty, friends, until next time, I love you and I look forward to hearing from you. And I'm Aaron. You're awesome. I'll see you in the next video.